Okay, Andrew, we want to thank you for your time on the show, and thank you for clarifying your stance, your position on the matter. We do hope that everything will be resolved in the nearest possible future. So that was the Sports Writers Association of Nigeria, Secretary General Andrew Abba, clarifying his position. I don't know, Shegun, you've been a bit trying to, give explanation, but do you think this is killing an insect with a sledgehammer, or you think it's, something that should be done?
Personally, what I think should happen is there needs to be a dialogue.
Okay.
Between the NFF, Sunday Olise, and Swan. Because at the end of the day, we want football to thrive in Nigeria.
Okay.
We don't want to drag football in the mud. We don't want to drag the Super Eagles in the mud. There's a lot of negative things that will come out of this if care is not taken. Okay. So, peace. Let peace reign. That's what I would say.
Okay. When you hear things like declaration of war, Cosmos, what does that tell you? What could that likely translate into? If you're not able to tell us those you are referring to, we don't want your apology. All we want is give us names. You don't give us names, war. What does that war? What could it translate to?
I'm not in the mind of the officials of the sports writers of Nigeria. I think they, before they came out with this publicly, they had already weighed their options and they know what they want to do. And I must say that this is long overdue, yes, because in some aspects we've seen sports writers who have been somehow been spoken against, accused of this. In fact, at some point, there was a time when the NFF actually banned some sports writers or photographers from stadia. So that was then. Now, in this case, if things like this happens, it means that, yes, the sports writers are actually a body that is taking care of sports writers in Nigeria, and because this thing is happening, that they have to come out. Now, like he said, there should be a dialogue between Sunday Olise, between officials of the sports writers of Nigeria. Yes, they're declaring war, but then we can be able to, dialogue can come in, and of course, probably the sport ministry should enter so that they would understand that sports writers are actually the ones that bring out these people, make it popular. So please respect them.
All right.
Yeah, I'm part of them, so please respect us. So I think that just basically, it's just a dialogue. Let us just dialogue. This shouldn't, we want the best for Nigeria.
We have other important issues on our hands and all of those things.
Exactly.
And that's Cosmos Rukomeka, a member of the constituency, saying that, look, let's sort this out. Everybody's a stakeholder in Nigerian football, and I think there are better ways to handle this. All right, let's talk about what you have on your screen. Pre-season, I mean, a lot of things going on around us. Let's just give you the semi-final fixtures of that Gold Cup pre-season. Let me allow Chukwemeka, Cosmos, do us the honor. Semi-final fixtures you have on screen.
Yeah, Kano Pillars will be taking on Crown FC, and of course, Lobby Stars will be taking Supreme Court. Two sides from the Nigerian Professional League and two sides from the Nigeria National League will be taking each other. I think this is pretty much good. Let's see whether Kano Pillars will be able to rejuvenate themselves against Crown FC, who are a very decent side as well. I've actually seen them play. And of course, Lobby Stars against Supreme Court, who were a very tricky side as well, and got to an extent in the Federations Cup last season. So, yes, this is the Gold Cup semi-final fixtures.
Okay, let's leave Nigeria and travel abroad. Talk about the Olympics, but we're not going to Brazil yet. We're going to Kenya now. Let's allow you listen to the chairman of the Kenya Olympic Committee. Dramatic twist it has been. First it was, we're not going to Rio. Then again, okay, we will go to Rio. That is not what we said initially. Let's allow you to listen to Kipchoge Keino, that's the chairman of the Kenya Olympic Committee, in his own words, so that we don't put words into anybody's mouth, in his own words, what he has to say. Of course, at the center of everything, this Zika virus, whether or not it is, whether or not the risk is worth it. So let's listen to him, and we'll come back for more on sports tonight.
Somebody called me yesterday from America and said we are going to pull out. I says, but for what reason? If you are pulling out, then you are telling other countries to pull out like ourselves. And I think the write-up wrote something which were not there. Everything is entirely to the Brazilian to clear those things. And we cannot make any decision for anything Not Kenya going to go there. Kenya is going to go there. We are preparing a team to go there. Also, any decision is an international Olympic committee to make a decision if those things are serious. But to me, I think it's going to be clear by the Brazilian organizing committee and the government of Brazil are going to take care. We want to be in Brazil participating as Kenya and with the other team from the other part of the world.
It's very difficult to give advice to people who've devoted the last X number of years training for that. So that's something that I think is a very personal decision. What we can do, with the CDC and the NIH could do, is to just give them the facts and the evidence-based information. And Dr. Shukat already mentioned that. As an infection, Zika is generally a relatively mild, in fact, inconsequential infection, with the possibility that a very, very rare event of a Guillain-Barré syndrome. But as an infection, it isn't serious. The issue that we're focusing on is the issue with pregnant women. And even under that, if you follow the guidelines that are already out by the CDC about pregnant women traveling and making sure that if in fact they're pregnant or want to get pregnant, that they seriously consider putting it off, and men who go there and might come back to the United States and might have a wife or a sexual partner who's pregnant, to be very careful that they don't transmit it. So those guidelines stay the way they are, and I think those are the kind of things that people should consider when they're going to make their decision.
All right, welcome back. Still talking about the Rio 2016 Olympics. Just about 6 months, I think. Yeah, August, 6 months, and we're having all of this. Well, you know, two parts into what we saw. Let's deal with the first part.
Okay.
The Kenyans. Let me come to